Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om. Welcome to the special session for learning Bhavani Ashtakam on this very auspicious occasion of Sharad Navratri. This shloka especially is a very easy to chant shloka, stotram, with just 8 shlokas. It is has been composed by Jagadguru Sri Adi Shankaracharya, set in Bhujanga Prayata. Okay, just like Subramanya Bhujangam that we've seen, but the tune that we will be learning it will be a little different, conforming to the Bhakti Bhava, which is the of the shloka. We will therefore be learning it in a tune appropriate for that. So first, as I had promised, let us understand the meaning of Bhavani and then proceed to learning the shloka. Why is Bhavani special? Okay. Those of you who come for Saundarya Lahari class will know Shloka 22. The moment you think of Shloka 22, your heart will melt. Correct? Bhavani is like that. She makes our heart melt. How does she make our heart melt? Out of her supreme compassion, every one of us feel like her chosen child. So, to give an understanding, Bhava itself means consort of Bhava. Who is Bhava? Who can tell me who is Bhava? You can unmute and tell me. Ayush, who is Bhava?
Shiva, ma'am.
Shiva. Shiva. Correct. Shiva. Now, why is Shiva known as Bhava? As we know, Lord Shiva has 8 octenary forms known as Ashtamurti. The form related to water is Bhava. So the word Bhava carries with it 2 meanings, actually 3. We will first see the first 2. First meaning is Bhava as in Lord Shiva in his form as the water element. Second meaning is because he is in the form of the master of the water element or the cosmic ocean. Now you should imagine Lord Vishnu. All the living beings dwell on him, in him. So he is Bhava as in samsara. So Bhava carries 2 meanings. One is Lord Shiva. Second is samsara. Both are related to Ambal. Third meaning of Bhava is Kamadeva, one who causes everyone to be. Bhava comes from the dhatu bhu. Bhu means bhu sattayam, that which is how it is defined in the dhatu pata. Dhatu pata gives us all the dhatus in Sanskrit with their meanings. Okay, so the word bhu means bhu sattayam, that which is. So the word Bhava means that which is at the highest level, absolute existence, absolute consciousness, absolute eternal truth. Who is that? Parabrahman, Lord Shiva. Another meaning of that which is in a transactional basis. For you and me, we may not understand Parabrahma Tattva, but what is for us is samsara. That which is also samsara. That which causes everything to be, Kamadeva. So, Bhava carries 3 meanings. When the suffix ana, there is a Sanskrit grammar rule for it, is added, it means that which causes it to happen or that which gives life to. So, when you call Bhavani, when you call Ambal as Bhavani, when you address her this way, the Nama means one who is the life of Lord Shiva. This we know, especially those who dwell in Saundarya Lahari know Shiva Shaktya Yuktoha Yadi Bhavati Eva Shakta Prabhavitu. That's it. What happens otherwise? Not even a little bit of spandana or movement can happen without Shakti. So one who is the life of Shiva, Bhavani. Okay. Other meaning, Bhavani, Bhavana, Gamya, Bhavaranya, Putarika. Lalita Sahasranama, Namas 112, 113, 114 respectively. They are, every Nama of Lalita Sahasranama is beautiful, powerful, evocative. This comes in the start of the section called Bhakta Anugraha. Bhakta Anugraha means what? Amba showing her compassion to us. The first Nama in that series is what? Bhavani. Bhavani, Bhavanagamya, Bhavaranya Kutarika. When you take these 3 together, you will understand the meaning of Bhavani as the life giver to samsara. She wants lots of children around her, just like a mother or a grandmother wants all their children around her to play with and to enjoy. Ambal also wants all of us around her to be happy. That is why she's Lalita. She loves to play with us. Correct? So she has created this samsara. Not just to play with us, but also to give us an opportunity to go back to her. So she is Bhavani, the giver of life to samsara. Then for those of us who want to reach her, she is Bhavana Gamya, one who is attained only through inner meditation and processes. That is why Navaratri is the most special time to meditate on her as Bhavani, because it is not about all the external fanfare and all the external celebrations that we do, which we must do during Navaratri, but it is all about the inner contemplation that we carry on and the inner meditation that we pursue, which helps us reach her. So she is Bhavana Gamya, one who is attained through Bhava alone. So who knows whether you have attained her? Only you know. Nobody else around you will know. Understood? So she is Bhavana Gamya. Therefore, what happens? Bhavaranya Kutarika. She is the axe that cuts the forest of samsara. So the three namas, when taken together, bring out the essence of the word Bhavani with respect to samsara. I hope it's clear. Yes. Then with respect to Kamadeva, we have seen, no? Haranetragni Sandagdha Kama Sanjeeva Naushadi. Nama in Lalita Sahasranama. What does it mean? For the one who was burnt by the Agni that emanated from the eyes of Hara, the destroyer. Okay, that person is Kama. She is the Aushadi. Ambal is the Aushadi that gave life to him. So because of her, after Bandasravada happened, through her grace, Kama was revived. So she is the life giver to Kama. We can take it literally only from the Brahmahanda Purana. The story of Lalita Upakhyana beautifully explains it. Thus we see Bhavani in a trifold way. Consort of Shiva, the cause of samsara being brought into existence, and also the cause for Jivatmas to transcend samsara. Both are her. The cause of Kamadeva to revive. And if you look at the deeper meaning here, if you contemplate on her as Haranetragni Sandakta Kama Sanjeevana Aushadi, inside you will find the ability to win over Kamadeva. She, the one who gives life to Kamadeva, Shiva, the one who destroyed Kamadeva, the divine couple will make sure that we do not fall prey to Kamadeva. So when we meditate on her with this nama, that is the phala. So we can also transcend desire, because as we know, desire is the root cause of samsara. If we want to overcome samsara, what must we give up? Desire. How to give up desire? Meditate on Amba. Surrender to Amba. Okay. So now 3 meanings of Bhavani we have seen. Now when you add a layer of meaning from Saundara Lahari Shloka 22, as we have seen, what is it? Bhavani Tvam Da, all of you chant with me. Bhavani Tvam Dase Mai Vitara Drishtim Sakarunam Iti Stutum Vanchan Kathayati Bhavani Tvam Iti Yaha Tadaiva Tvam Tasmai Dishasi Nija Sayujya Padavim Mukunda Brahmendra Sputamakutanirajita Padam. 22nd Shloka, Saundara Lahari. What does it mean? You should imagine you, me, or any other ordinary individual. For those of you who already heard the Shloka meaning, it will be a revision, and you can definitely add to my explanation if you feel we need to. So, for you, me, or any ordinary bhakta, what will we pray? Bhavani Tvam Dase. I am your dasa, I am your servant. Mai Vitara Drishtim Sakaruna. On me, please cast your compassionate glance. Whole of Bhavani Ashtakam, you're going to be seeing that only. I'm surrendering to you. Gatihi Tvam Bhavani. So I'm surrendering to you. What should you do? Please cast your compassionate glance on me. Okay, this is what the Bhakta intends to say. What is the sentence? Bhavani Tvam Dase Mai Vitara Drishtim Sakaruna. On me, please cast your compassionate glance. So what does he do? Falls at her feet. Starts to say the sentence. He merely manages to get till Bhavani. What does he say? Bhavani. Iti stotum vanchan kathayati Bhavani tvam iti yaha. Intending to say the whole sentence, all he says is Bhavani tvam. He says this. And what does she do? Tadaiva tvam Tasmai dishati nija sayujya padavim. Immediately you give him sayujya moksha with you. You make him yours. You completely obliterate his individual consciousness and makes him enjoy the ananda of being you. Tadaiva tvam. Immediately you tasmai for him dishati give nija sayujya padavim. Sayujya moksha. Mukunda Brahmendra Sputamakuta Nirajita Pada. At your feet he dwells, where Mukunda, Brahma, Indra, Sputamakuta, their crowns are all glowing at your feet because they're all bowing to you. That feet which they are finding difficult to attain and they are trying only to go to your feet, that feet has been identified with your bhakta immediately. Why? Now we should understand the pun here. The pun here is the word is used in the word usage of Bhavani from, as we have seen in the Soundarya class before, the word Bhavani is derived from the Bhudatu as I've explained. In the Lot Lakara, Uttama Purusha Ekavachana, Bhavani means may it be or may I be rather, because it is Uttama Purusha. May I be. May I be what? Tvam. May I be you. So the Bhakta has got out of his mouth the word, may I be you. Hearing these words, immediately out of your great compassion, what did you do? You made him you. So, or you made her you. So that is the compassion that Goddess Bhavani shows. Okay, so Bhavani tvam dase mai vitara drishtim sakaruna iti stotum vanchan kathayati Bhavani tvam iti yaha. Tadaiva tvam tasmai vishasi nija sayujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputamakuta nirajit padam. When we meditate on her with this nama, even those who are undeserving of any kind of compassion, who do not from Ambal, who are undeserving of any kind of being treated specially or being treated like her child, will be assured of her compassion. Okay, so that is the embodiment of compassion that Bhavani is. So keeping that in mind is probably why Adi Shankaracharya, not being satisfied with that one single verse on Bhavani Ashtakam in Soundri Lahari, composed an octet, Bhavani Ashtakam. Not being satisfied with that also, there is a bigger stotra, Bhavani Bhujanga. Very beautiful one. Full of Atma Tattva, full of deep meaning. God willing, someday, Ambal willing, we will take up that shloka also for study. But today, we are very blessed that we could learn Bhavani Ashtakam. So let us learn Bhavani Ashtakam, 8 verses on Bhavani. Every phrase, every part of this shloka is filled with bhakti and surrender to Ambal, which is the underlying theme of this whole stotra. Okay, when you see words like Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Twameka Bhavani. This is the common line running through every paragraph. What does it mean? Gatistvam, Gatistvam, Twameka Bhavani. You are my refuge. You alone are my refuge. You only are my refuge, O Bhavani. Okay, so now let us go learn the shloka. Are there any questions on the Bhavani Tattva which I've explained so far? Anything that you would like to add or any observations or any questions or doubts? No? Okay. न तातो न माता न बन्धुर्न दाता न तातो न माता न बन्धुर्न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. Very easy, no? Once more we'll do first line and second line. न तातो न माता न बन्धुर्न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न तातो न माता न बन्धुर्न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. Together. न तातो न माता न बन्धुर्न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. Now let us see the meaning. I put a summary meaning below for those of you who wanted to, who find it easy to copy it down. This is what we released in today's YouTube video. I did not share it because I didn't want to confuse. There are many change of tunes in that, so I didn't want to confuse. Today I'll be teaching in the same tune. Okay, so na tataha na mata. Tata means father. Okay, tataha na mata, not mother. Na bandhuhu, not a relative. Na data, not anybody who gives anything to me. Na putraha, not a son. Not na putri, not a daughter. Na bhrityaha. Okay, bhritya means servant. One who we are very attached to our servants also. No, they come daily, they are loyal, they are kind. So even not even a servant. Na bharta, not a husband. Na jaya, not the wife. Na vidya, not knowledge. Na vrittihi. The word vrittihi can be interpreted in two ways. In the video and today, I have put here as not my wealth, right? Vritti could mean wealth. Vritti has another very interesting meaning. Vritti also means thought. Not even my thought is mine. Okay, so none of these are my refuge. Gatihi tvam, gatihi tvam. The na jaya gatihi, na tataha gatihi, na mata gatihi, na bandhuhu gatihi, na data gatihi, na putraha gatihi, na putri gatihi, na bhrityaha gatihi, na bharta gatihi, na jaya gatihi, na vidya gatihi, na vrittihi gatihi. Okay, none of these are gatis. None of these are the refuge. Why? Because everything is temporary. As long as that, our father will always be our father. As long as the mother is there, she would love us. Nobody would love us more than our mother. As long as they are there, our husband will be there, wife will be there, children will be there. But every relationship, only not even knowledge, nothing. Because even here, the word vidya which is used, if you say it is paravidya, if it is a supreme knowledge, then it is yours. But any other kind of worldly knowledge, which is why I put within bracket worldly knowledge. So if whatever you know of maths, you will know today, you will forget tomorrow. It is not really yours. No, vrittihi, wealth is not mine. Not even independent thoughts are mine. Not even they are my refuge. What is my refuge? Gatihi tvam, gatihi tvam. You are my refuge. You are my refuge. You only. Tvam eka. You only, singularly, you are my only refuge. Oh Bhavani. When we say Bhavani, Tvam, here also we are using the same words, Tvam Eka Bhavani. Bhavani, Tvam Eka. May I be you only. May I not be anyone but you. Please note, if you rearrange the same words, last two words or the first shloka, Tvam Eka Bhavani. Rearrange it, Bhavani Tvam Eka. In Sanskrit, we can do the Anvaya by arranging words however we want. So, assuming that the Bhakta has chanted till the last of the first shloka, Amba will hear us and say, Bhavani Tvam Eka, come on, be. Okay, so become me. So that is the pun which is there in this shloka also. Acharya out of his great grace, no, first shloka mein nahi hua to second shloka mein hoga. Second shloka mein nahi hoga, at least in 8 shloka it will happen. You will get moksha at the hands of Amba, don't worry. It's like that. Every shloka is giving that promise. So Bhavani Tomeka, Bhavani Tomeka. So she has to listen to us now. At some point she will listen when we tell with total bhakti and surrender. The underlying theme is surrender. When we say this deha is not mine, then all the attachments that come with the deha is also not mine. So who is mine? You are only mine. So what can I be? I can only be you. So with that attitude, when we chant, she will definitely listen. I hope the meaning is clear. Any questions? No? Okay. It's fairly simple. But if there are, please use the raise hand option and ask. Okay. भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरुः भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरुः पपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्त पपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्त कुसंसार पाश प्रबद्ध सदाहं कुसंसारपाश प्रबद्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरु पपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्त भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरु पपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्त कुसंसार पाश प्रबद्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी टुगेदर भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरु पपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्त कुसंसार पाश प्रबद्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. Let's see the meaning. Bhavabdhavapare Mahadukha Bhiruhu. All the words now till Pramattaha, Papataha, Prakami, Pralobhi, Pramattaha, Kusamsara Pasha, Prabattaha. All these, okay, are adjectives to describe me, aham, I am like this. What am I like? Bhavabdhavapare Mahadukha Bhiruhu. Caught in the ocean of samsara. Mahadukha Viruhu. I am very sad. I am also very scared. Okay. You may think, what is there to be sad or scared in samsara? The first fear we have is fear of losing loved ones. Second fear we have is fear of losing the standard of life and the way of life that we have, our material possessions, objects to which we are so attached. Right? And as Acharya says in Bhaja Govindam, all these are kshanika. It can disappear in the blink of an eye. So do not place any value to all these worldly objects, he says. But we are not like that. We are completely immersed in the world. So what happens to us? We are filled with sadness. We are filled with fear. Bhirahu means one who is scared. What are we fearful of? We are fearful of the unknown. We are fearful of losing things. Papataha. I have fallen into this samsara. Why have I fallen into this samsara? Because I am prakami. I am full of desires. The moment I have a desire, what will I do? I will be pralobhi. I will have lot of greed. Okay, that my desire should be fulfilled. If one desire is fulfilled, the next desire will soon take its place. If the second desire is fulfilled, the third desire will take its place. So I am pralobhi, always greedy. Prakami, I am always desirous of things. And therefore, a net result, what happens? I become pramattaha. I am completely deluded. So there's a beautiful progression here from papata, prakami, pralobhi, pramattaha. Papataha, I have fallen. Hetu, prakami, pralobhi, pramatta. Everything starts with kama. So who is the one to pray to transcend kama, as we saw at the beginning? Bhavani only. So if you pray to Bhavani, at least our desires will come under control. So prakami, pralobhi, pramattaha. I am deluded. What am I deluded about? I'm deluded about what is real and what is unreal. Thinking that the body is real, I keep lavishing my care and love on it. Thinking that attachments are real, I keep thinking that only that is permanent. Whereas I lose sight of what is permanent really. What is permanent really is the self and Ambal. So when we have that feeling that Ambal is that self, then automatically she will give us that knowledge. Okay. So kusamsara pasha prabadha. Kusamsara is the adjective for samsara. Ku is usually used in nindarthe, not good. So this bad samsara, pasha means what? Rope. Prabadha means one who is bound. So I am bound in the ropes of samsara, this evil samsara. Sada aham. Okay, always I am so bound. So gatihi tvam, twameka, bhavani, bhavani, twameka. So automatically Acharya is praying, get me out of this samsara pasha. Again, what is required here to get out of the samsara pasha? By her anugraha, if we get one iota of knowledge. What knowledge? Not that desire is bad also. There is a difference between having a dharmic desire and an adharmic desire. Even having the dharmic desire, how we fulfill the desire, the actions that we take, when we do it with the spirit of karma yoga, what do? I am doing my duty. It's dharmic, I'm doing my duty. It is obviously now Ayush is in class. There are kids in class. Now the kids in class, if I tell them don't have desires, and they say, I don't have to study only. Why do I need to prepare for my board exam? Because having desire to get 100 marks in my maths exam is also not needed. No, because desire is bad. But no, getting 100 marks in maths exam is your duty because it is dharmic. You need to do it. And how should you do it? With a sense of, I am doing my duty. Ambal, bless me that I should do it well. So when you have Ishwara Arpana Buddhi and say that you are the one behind my actions, make me act. You will act very well. You will study very well. You will get excellent marks. Okay, when you do your duty, keeping Ambal in mind with the spirit of Karma Yoga. So the whole stotra may look a little negative, Gati, Tom, I'm giving up everything, I'm surrendering, I'm giving up everything, I'm surrendering. We must realize that surrender is an underlying basis. Once you surrender, you still have to act. Okay, so we must remember that. Once we surrender, we must act with what? With a sense of non-doership and with a sense of non-ownership over results. When we do that, surely all work is Bhavani's work. Right? Then she will take it. Okay. So I hope the meaning is clear. My tune only is a little varying because I'm heavily influenced by the video that we released today. So I'm not able to stick to one tune. These are extra facts. This will be there in the YouTube video. You can see. So I'm skipping it. न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि. Chant it once more. न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानि. This second line is very, very apt for me. I'll explain why. Na janami dhanam na cha dhyana yogam. I do not know what charity. Why does Acharya say it? There are things about charity. What is charity? Dhanam means giving. Comes from da to give. Okay. The biggest problem why Acharya says I do not know charity is because when I give, I want the world to know I have given. Okay. So even if I give one slab in the temple slab should have my name. Okay. So that way, giving always with name. Second, when I give, I feel very good about myself. I have given, that person has taken. Right. My guru used to say, the person who's the beneficiary of the act of giving is the giver. The person who is taking is a very magnanimous one who has given you that benefit of giving. It is the taker who is doing a service to the giver and not vice versa. But Laukika, in this world, how is it? The person who gives has one big horn on his head saying, I have given. And the whole world has to know he has given. That is what Acharya is pointing out here. I do not know charity. It's not like we don't give. We all give. But what is the attitude of giving is what he's saying. That's a dhyana yogam. Same way. You ask anyone, even doctor had explained in the Bhajagovindam video about dhyana. You ask anyone in today's world, what do you do to de-stress? You ask a busy doctor, or you ask some busy lawyers, busy anybody, busy teacher maybe. What do you do? Even a student. Okay, why not a student? Even a student, what do you do to de-stress? Oh, I meditate for 10 minutes or 15 minutes every day. Standard reply. You will hear it from at least 70 to 80% of the people. What do you do to de-stress? Meditation. What do you do during meditation? Is your mind completely empty? Or at least is your mind focusing on Bhagavan? Is your mind totally calm and free from thoughts? What do? We close our eyes and our mind starts to chalk out today's to-do list. And then what did not get done in yesterday's to-do list, and whom I have to meet and what I should talk to whom. All these things get done into the guise of meditation. So Acharya says, I do not know how to meditate also. I close my eyes and the mind keeps working like a mad monkey. I do not know dhyana. Directly he says off. This I is meant to be taken for you and me only. Na janami tantram. Now tantric scholars, tantric practitioners will know tantra. Acharya is said to be a great teacher of Sri Vidya Tantra. Even he says, I don't know Tantra. So for all of us who say, oh, I have this Diksha, I'm doing this mantra upasana, I'm doing this Tantra, this worship and all, it is to bring us down a peg and say, what is your bhavana behind your Tantra? The important thing in Tantra is bhavana. What is your bhavana? What is your attitude? If your attitude is complete surrender, which is what he is bringing out of the fourth line, your Tantra will be very successful. If your bhavana is aham karomi, automatically your Tantra will only be at that level. Okay, so na janami tantram, na cha stotra mantram. This is especially for me, not able to carry the same tune over 8 shlokas today. Struggling after practicing, okay, because after here, that 8 shlokas in the Ragamalika style is just burnt in my head. I'm not able to come out of it and even chant 8 stotras, 8 lines properly. Nacha stotra mantram na janami. I do not know to chant. If I chant also, what is my bhakti bhavana? Am I chanting with bhakti? Or am I chanting paying attention to individual words? Or am I just chanting for the sake of chanting? What am I doing? What is my bhavana? Everywhere we should think of bhavana. Na janami pujam. That we know now, having big pujas, calling 100 people over for lunch is not puja. Puja is antarmukha samaradhya bahirmukha sadurlabhaye namaha. That the feeling attitude we should have and say, Ambal, you are within me. I want to find you. That is puja. Nacha nyasa yogam. Nyasa, yoga, all these practice of yoga, practice of control of breath, all these things I do not know. We know the defects in these also. So, since I don't know all these upayas to reach you, all these are upayas to reach you. If I do charity, I could reach you. If I do dhyan, reach you. Through tantra, I could reach you. Through bhakti, stotra, mantra, puja, I could reach you. Through yoga, I could reach you. But I don't know any of these things. So what do? Surrender. Fall at the feet. What did she do? We also told, no, Bhavani Tvameka, we've told her off. So she will take care. Correct? So Gatistvam, Tvameka, Bhavani. So very nicely Acharya gives us, don't worry, if you don't get any of these upayas, surrender at the feet. But that doesn't mean you give up those upayas. Let me come back. We surrender at the feet and then do what is required. We surrender and work. We surrender, offer bhakti. We surrender, do karma yoga. Surrender, do charity. Surrender, try to control the mind. Don't stop any of these things, but surrender. Okay, that is the underlying point we must understand. This Navaratri is a wonderful time. We'll be doing puja, we will be doing dana, we will be doing stotra, mantra, all these practices according to your method of worship you will be doing. So let us have the bhavana in mind, that surrender and do it. न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातः न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातः गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातः गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातः गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. More things to reach her. Na janami punyam, na janami tirtham. I do not know how to earn punya. Especially in Kali Yuga, that is very true. Because the secret behind earning punya is to not want to earn punya. If you go with the intent that I want punya, very low possibility that you will get it. Unless you do something really a great self-sacrifice. Then you may earn it. But if you go set around trying to think, I'm donating these books, I'm doing this, I'm taking shloka classes, no punya for you. You're doing something with the attitude of I surrender at your feet. Punya may come, punya may not come. It has nothing to do with you and me. Punya and you and me are totally unrelated. Punya will do its job, you will do your job. If that is the attitude, punya may or may not do its job, you actually do not care. Okay, so na janami punya. Na janami tirtham. This is something that we all do. We all go to holy places. We love to go to Madurai. We love to see Ambal there. We love to go to Kanyakumari. We want to see Ambal there. We love to go to Akhilandeshwari temple, Kamalambika temple. Oh, my temple wish list is so large. Every temple I want to go, I want to immerse in Ambal. But we will do it. It is not wrong to do it. Every place, the attitude should be not just going to Madurai and trying to eat the jigar tanda there or the kasi halwa there or all the specialities there, but to actually do upavasam. Sit there. In fact, if you read Mahabharata, there is a parva where Tirtha Parva, I think it's called, where the Pandavas set out to go on Tirtha Yatra. When Arjuna is in Indraloka, they set out to go on Tirtha Yatra. That time, their guru, Dhaumya, who's their Kulaguru, he tells them, no, Dhaumya, who comes from Indraloka, is ordered by Indra to tell them to go on all these Tirtha Yatras. So he tells them, go on this Tirtha Yatra. In every place that you go, very stringent requirements. 7 days you must stay. Bathe in the river only. Eat a very restricted diet. Have sattvic thoughts. These kind of things. Now, that kind of list in Kali Yuga, somebody was to show us, no? We'll say, okay, Tirtha, are we actually going to Tirthas or are we going on a pleasure trip? Despite that, we should not stop going to temples, because if we keep doing that, Ambal will look at us with grace one day and we will get the better attitude. At least, even if we don't, because all that is there in those yugas, Dwapara Yuga time. Kali Yuga time, if you go to temple, you will get her grace. So, na janami tirtham. Na janami muktim layam va kadachit. I do not know what is mukti. I do not know what is absorption in you, because I constantly experience a reality which is different. If I experienced absorption in you, I will know what is absorption. Are you all able to hear me clearly? Some videos froze. Yeah. Okay. So I do not know what is laya. I do not know what is mukti, because all the time I am leading my own existence. I am not absorbed in you. So if somebody tells me, oh, pray for moksha also, what am I praying for? To be from all this trouble. But what am I getting? I don't fully know what I'm getting. I don't fully know what it is to be absorbed in you. That is what he's saying. I don't know. Even there, I don't know anything. I'm like a blind person being led by a blind person. Okay. But I know you are the destination. Na janami bhaktim vratam vapi mataha. Oh Mata, I do not know what is bhakti. I do not know what is vrata. Vrata is all the vows that we take. Again, the bhavana matters. If we take a vow to get a promotion, it will give you a promotion. It won't give Ambal. But if you take a vrata to reach Ambal, then that vrata has to be done with the bhavana of, I want to reach you, with full bhakti. Na janami bhakti. This we have discussed many times in class. Who knows who is a great bhakta? Can you say that I am a bhakta? Can any of us say? None of us can say with any kind of certainty that I know what is bhakti. So I do not know what is bhakti at all. If I don't know what is bhakti, who is the one who can teach me what is bhakti? Only. So you are my refuge. Okay. 1 second. I saw Rachnaji's hand raised. Did you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. This line, ma'am, layam kadachit. Layam
means absorption. Mukti means liberation. I'll explain also here. You want to be free from your troubles, free from samsara, that is mukti. How are you free? Through laya, absorption. In whom? In Ambal. Only when you're absorbed in Ambal do you have that freedom. Correct? From your samsara, from the samsara. So mukti and laya are like states which are what do you call them? Parallel, not parallel, are simultaneous. If you want to be free, you have to be absorbed. Instead of being absorbed in samsara, you should be absorbed in her. If you are absorbed in samsara, you are not mukta. To have mukti, you need to be free from samsara and absorbed in her. So mukti and laya go hand in hand. There are two things that happen together. Any other questions? Suddenly I see a lot of videos off. People are able to hear me, right? Okay, great. So the next shloka. The Sanskrit text is not wrong, by the way. Na janami bhaktim vratam vapi matar gatistom. Also we can chant. I am breaking and chanting, so I said mataha. Okay.
Tirtham also, no, ma'am. The dot should be there.
Tirtham should be there. Yes, please. In Sanskrit, the tirtham dot should be there. I hope I released the video with the dot. If I didn't, then it's a mistake. So next shloka. Kukarmi kusangi kubuddhi kudasa kukarmi kusangi kubuddhi kudasa kulacharahina kadacharalina kulacharahina kadacharalina kudrishti kuvakya प्रबंध सदाहं कुदृष्टि कुवाक्य प्रबंध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. कुकर्मी कुसंगी कुबुद्धि कुदास कुलाचारहीन कदाचारलीन कुदृष्टि कुवाक्य प्रबंध सदाहं Gatisthvam, gatisthvam, tvameka bhavani. Gatisthvam, gatisthvam, tvameka bhavani. Once more. Kukarmi, kusangi, kubuddhi, kudasa, kulacharahina, कदाचारलीन कुदृष्टि कुवाक्य प्रबन्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. So here it's like if you do something wrong, whom will you tell it to? You will obviously tell it to your parents, right? Whatever wrong you have done. You will obviously first tell it to the person whom you trust, namely your mother. Same way Acharya here is telling, Kukarmi, I have done wrong karma. It need not be taken so severely as bad karma. It can even be taken as karma done with the wrong attitude. I have done with a sense of ownership. I have done with a sense of doership. Therefore, I have done bad karma. We can take it like that also. Kukarmi, kusangi. This especially is very, very important in today's world. Right? The sangha or the company that we keep. Not always do we have satsanga. So many times, without us meaning to, we end up being in bad sangha. What happens when we are in bad sangha? Does anyone want to share? Satsangatve, nissangatvam, nissangatve, nirmohatvam is the positive effects of good sangha. But what happens due to bad sangha? Ha, Rachna ji, please.
I forgot the last lines of that. Nirmohatve, Nischalakatve.
Nischalakatve, Jivan Mukti. These are all positive effects of satsanga. I am asking what are the negative effects of dussanga. What happens when we have bad company? What is the problem? See, we can say, no, we have to live in today's world. So we have to mingle with today's people. Satsangatve, nissangatvam is ideal. But we'll take our own children as example. We can't control who their friends are. We have to be with people whom they are, in whatever milieu they are in. So if they fall into bad company, what is the disadvantage? Why must we be constantly training them to be careful? What happens is the question. Bhavana ji, your hand was first raised.
Because of bad satsanga, bad thoughts, bad doings, going on a bad path, they can't do anything bad. Good thing.
They won't do good things. Very nice. Jaya ji.
Ma'am, doing good things, bad things is one aspect. You will only be thinking of the external world and you'll be so selfish in all your attitudes. You do not have any love in the heart. Like, you can't be compassionate towards anybody. More or less, you are a jungly living an inhuman life. That's what I personally feel. One who could be loving a human being, a dog, a cat, everybody is your family. If you could feel, that would give you, that is what satsanga would be. According to my take, I don't know. I might be wrong.
Very nice. Rajni ji, please tell.
They will lose their focus, ma'am.
Correct. Parent of teenagers, we'll all think like that only. They will lose their focus and what will happen to their SA mark, ISA mark, whatever, IPA mark, all those marks.
They won't like us.
They won't like us.
That we are their enemies.
Correct. Mothers become enemies. I'm sure this resonates with many of us. Mothers become enemies. Why do mothers become enemies? Because some thoughts come to the mind which makes you think, Amma, this mother, she's always telling me do this, do that, do this, do that. But what gives those thoughts in your mind which makes you think, Amma tells me, keeps telling me do this, do that? What makes you start resenting your mother? What makes you start resenting your mother is actually bad company. Bad company need not be only in the terms of the friends that we keep. It is also the media that we watch.
Yes,
we watch, the games that we play, and the trap that we fall into. When we fall into the trap, anybody trying to pull us out of the trap also starts to look like an enemy. That is one of the biggest things about dussanga. So only person who can actually pull out when you fall into that kind of a trap, when you don't even know you are in a trap, is only So when we have that bhakti, when we surrender, now we surrender for our children. Therefore, our children may not be in a position to surrender. So we surrender and say, make sure that he does not go into or she does not go into bad company. Because bad company, like you very rightly said, makes them go down to the wrong path and others become good people, or other people are trying to help them become enemies. Sudhaji, what did you say?
Yes, ma'am. Like on the similar lines that we try to, if we avoid one time, twice we can avoid. But if we are continuously are surrounded by, this kind of people, one or the other time we fall in the trap. We also,
We also do the same things.
we also do the backbiting or, gossiping or, get tempted towards that. Like Indra gave a knife to a sadhu and he started unexpectedly using it first for dharma and then again he started killing the animals in and did the papa karma in the same way. If we are constantly under such influence, we also will get flowed with that.
Correct. Very true. Very true. So bad company causes us to also mirror the same behavior. So we see so many problems are there of bad company. Now, what is Acharya saying? I am Kusangi. I am in bad company. He though roamed around with his multiple disciples all over the country, establishing Advaita Vedanta, composing stotras, only offering bhakti, doing all the right things. So this is a nimitta for us. I am in bad company, is what we are saying. Okay. So here, that is why everything is in Pratama Purusha. Everything is in Uttama Purusha. Everything is in I am. Okay. Everything is in first person, to translate it in English. So that is why the whole shloka is in first person, because it is you and me that he is talking about, not about himself. Okay. So Kusangi. Then Kubuddhihi. Again, another disadvantage of Kusanga is also Kubuddhi. We get the wrong mind. The moment the Kubuddhi comes, automatically well-wishers become bad people. Automatically wrong decisions get made. We don't even know we are in bad company. All these issues come. Kudasaha. I'm a bad servant. What does it mean? If I have taken a responsibility from someone to do the work for them, I don't do it properly. Okay, I don't do it with the right attitude. Okay, because of all these reasons, I'm also Kulacharahinaha. Because of the above mentioned reasons, Kukarmi, Kusangi, Kubuddhi, Kudasa, because of these reasons, I am not able to follow the traditional duties I must follow. Whether it be man or woman, I fall in performing my traditional duties. For example, the recently concluded Malya Paksha. Every one of us have a duty to perform obeisances to our forefathers. Most of us would have done it. But this generation, if you see, or the next generation, if you see, how many of them will even know it is their duty? It is up to us as parents to inculcate that. How? By setting an example and by telling them. Correct? So, we should not make our progeny Kulacharahina. So, Kulacharahina, Acharya saying in those days, I do not follow my traditional duties. Kadacharalinaha. I'm always into doing bad things, wrong things. Another meaning you can take is Kada Acharalinaha. When do I even follow the traditional duties? I don't at all do it. Kutrishtihi. I have the wrong vision, wrong perspective of things. I look at things wrongly. Kudrishtihi. Kuvakya prabandhaha. My tongue also speaks sharp words, harsh words, hurting, insulting words. Kuvakya prabandhaha. This is true for all of us. Even to our children, if we speak like that, we fall in the trap. Whomever we speak to like that. Kuvakya prabandhaha. If we speak badly, Kuvakya prabandhaha, it is us. Sadaham. I am like this always. So gatihitvam, tvameka bhavani. So all this, please do not take as self-flagellation. Self-flagellation is negative. Self-criticism to the point that you start hating yourself is very, 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 very wrong. Self-awareness is important. So please draw the line at self-awareness and leave the flagellation out. Because in these kind of shlokas where there is complete bhakti bhava, we should not start hating ourselves. If we hate ourselves, we can't help ourselves. If we have to help ourselves, we should recognize the pros and cons of ourselves in a calm, detached way. If we do that, automatically we find that we stop doing the wrong things. If we are more mindful. Correct? So this paragraph is meant to elicit mindfulness rather than any kind of self-hate or self-criticism. I hope the line is drawn clearly. Next shloka. Rajesham Ramesham Mahesham Suresham Rajesham Ramesham Mahesham Suresham दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी व्रजेशं रमेशं महेशं सुरेशं दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी व्रजेशं रमेशं महेशं सुरेशं दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी okay anyat na janami I don't know anything else that's all he's telling whom I don't know prajesha is whom lord of all the praja brahma okay I don't know brahma ramesha who's ramesha lord of rama vishnu I don't know lord vishnu mahesham na janami I do not know lord shiva suresham who's suresha indra I do not know lord indra dinesham who's dinesha lord of the day sun surya bhagavan nishitheshwaram nishitha refers to night ishwara lord of the night moon I don't know the sun moon brahma vishnu shiva nothing I know na janami cha anyat sada I will not know also I don't know aham sharanye gatistvam aham sharanye therefore I have taken refuge at you because I know you gatistvam tvameka bhavani okay to explain this we can take a small analogy when a newborn child is brought into the world the voice the touch the smell which the child recognizes is only the mother not even the father only the mother has to point out the father and say this is father Ambal has to say this is Shiva that's why in Lalita Sahasranamam also we say she is the one who Shiva Jnana Pradayini she is the one who will take us to Shiva correct in Manidvipa Varnana also we see the moment we go into the last avarana inside Chintamani Graha you see Ambal looking resplendent and then what does she do she takes you by hand and takes you to Lord Shiva so she is the one who takes you to Shiva so the mother has to tell you who is the father then the mother has to introduce you to all the other people this is your grandmother grandfather chulle kaka chulle atte chulle appa chulle amma chulle all this who teaches only mother teaches so what does it mean you are the only one therefore I instinctively know because you are Jagat Janani you are Shri Mata so gatihi tvam bhavani tvameka okay so that is the meaning another way we can look at it is also prajesha ramesha mahesha taken in the form of Panchabrahma Sanasthitano, that Mahesha. Suresha, Dinesha, Nishitheshwara. All these are only Nama Rupa of impermanent people. None of them are permanent. Who is permanent? Parashakti, you are permanent. Bhavani, you are permanent. Okay. So that way, one who is absolute consciousness, pure bliss. Who are you? Bhavani. So I only know you. I take refuge in you. This story and all is there in the video. So watch the video. विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे विवादे विषादे विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे Jale chanale. I got the tune only wrong, sorry. विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये जले चानले. Only that girl's voice is ringing in my mind. I'm not able to get this tune at all. It is so beautifully sung in Madhyamavati by her. Jale chanale parvate shatru madhye. Sorry, I will take a minute. विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. See the meaning. विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये अरण्ये. Okay, till here everything is when I am in everything is in Saptami Vibhakti. Vivade, whenever there is any argument. Vishada, when I'm feeling very sad about something. Pramada, when I'm feeling deluded by what is real and what is not real. Pravasa, when I'm in an unfamiliar place, not my own land. Jale, in water. Cha anale, in fire. Parvate, on the mountain. Shatru madhye, when I face an enemy. Aranye, in a forest. Oh, you are my Sharanye. Oh, Sharanye, I bow to you. Sada mam prapahi. Please protect me who has taken refuge in you. So Sharanye here is a Sambodhana. Oh, Sharanye, Sada mam prapahi. Protect me always. Katistvam, Tvameka Bhavani. You are my only refuge. So here Acharya is telling all the places that we may need her help. Essentially, anywhere, everywhere, we will need her help. So we should be cognizant of the fact that in all these places, pray to her for protection. Just because Acharya says Pravase Mam Prapahi doesn't mean in our Deshe Mam Prapahi. Even here she should protect us. Even there she should protect us. Jale, Cha Anale, wherever we are, she should protect us. That's what he's saying here. Anatho daritro jararogayukto Anatho daritro jararogayukto Mahakshina sada jadhyavaktraha Mahakshina sada jadhyavaktraha Vipatau pravishta Pranashta sadaham vipatau pravishta pranashta sadaham gatistvam tvameka bhavani gatistvam tvameka bhavani anatho daritro jararogayukto Mahakshina sada jadhyavaktra vipatau pravishta pranashta sadaham gatistvam tvameka bhavani गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. अनाथो दरिद्रो जरारोगयुक्तो महाक्षीणदीन सदा जाड्यवक्त्रः विपत्तौ प्रविष्टः प्रणष्टः सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका Bhavani. Okay, meaning, so finally he says, Anatha, I am helpless. I do not have anybody in this world. What does it mean? We have people in this world. It's not like we don't have family. It's not like we don't have friends. We have people in this world. But we must remember, every attachment is only temporary. So, in the true sense, I am Anatha. I am helpless. Daridraha, I am poor. We have money in the bank. Prospect of more money coming tomorrow. Still I am Daridraha. Why? Does anybody have an idea? Why are we Daridraha? Rachna, please.
Because we are not satisfied.
Correct. Satisfaction is what makes a person rich. Not satisfied, so we are. Okay. Jara needs no explanation. Old age and disease, inevitable in every person's life. That is why every minute should count. When we don't have Jara, when we don't have Roga, that minute should count. If it counts, we have spent our little time well. Every minute spent well is infinite. Every minute wasted is also infinite. So if you are able to spend that minute really well on Ambal, that minute, that's why Lalita Sahasranamam, one Nama, 1,000 Namas are there. We will chant it over 20 minutes. One Nama, if we are chanting with full absorption, Laya, we will get her. But the point is, even when we are chanting with the full dwelling on meaning, we will think we are dwelling on the meaning. We should forget that doership, that I'm thinking. If we do that, that minute spent well is therefore equal to infinity. But that minute wasted is also wasted. So, Jara the reality of life. No, Adi Shankaracharya at 32 was always a realized being. Markandeya at 16, realized being. We at whatever age we are in, we can make it count and try to not waste time. So, Jara Roga Yukta. Mahakshina Dina. This doesn't mean we don't go to a movie with family. This doesn't mean we turn down invitations to dinners. It doesn't mean we turn down opportunities for satsanga. Every minute, internally, if you're dwelling in Ambal, every external minute, however you spend, is fine. Okay, Bhagavan says from Bhagavad Gita, Sthita Pragya Lakshanam. Okay, who is Sthita Pragya? One who is always dwelling in the self. What is his Lakshana? Asks Arjuna. So what does Bhagavan say? He moves around. He does his work. But what is inside is the self only. And he is fully cognizant of himself, of the reality of Bhagavan. He does not leave. Okay. Nice. Some other opportunity we will see. There is a beautiful progression of how you move from a very basic level to a much higher level. That is there in those shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So, Mahakshina Dinaha. I am very weak. I'm very Dina, very poor, miserable also. That is also true. Up to a point only our physical strength is. After a point, if you ask me to move the entire Golu rack, I'll not be able to move. I'll say, I'm not having the strength. Who has the strength? Only you have ultimate strength, full strength. So, Sada Jadya Vaktraha. My face is always dull looking. My countenance is always dull looking. What does that mean? We all work hard to make our countenance look good, no? So why is Acharya saying your countenance is dull looking? Why countenance is dull looking? Compared to Ambal, whose supreme effulgence, we are all dull looking only, correct? So Jadyavakra we have. That doesn't mean we put down our countenance and say, I will not wash my face tomorrow because anyway I'm Jadyavakra. We do our work. Still recognize she is the one who is always Tejavakra, okay, one who is always effulgent. So Vipattau Pravishta. So because of all the, Kukarmi, Kusangi, Kubuddhi, Kudasa, from that shloka we should take here Vipattau Pravishta. Because of all those tendencies, because I keep doing wrong things, I keep falling into bad company, I keep having the wrong mindset, because of all these, what do? I keep falling into trouble. So who will protect me? Like a child will cry, the small child will fall down also, he'll say, Amma, and then Amma has to come lift up the child, wipe off the tears, clean the wound, put the bandage, and the medicine that will burn. All that is Amma's job. Same for us. We also keep doing the same thing. Amma would have told, don't go running in that place. It is unevenly paved. Don't go running there. Don't go cycling there. But what will the child do? He'll do what the child wants to do. And then who is the one who has to do the picking up and bandaging? Amba. Same way here also. We have to be picked up and bandaged by her. Because by Vipattau Pravishtaha. Pranashtaha Sadaham. Every time I'm falling into all these situations of loss, situations of, oh no, everything is lost, nothing is there, hopeless, miserable. Who is there? Gatihi Tvam, Tvameka Bhavani, Bhavani Tvameka Gatihi. So that way, see how the Acharya brings the entire thing in full circle and says, when we are like this, the only refuge we have is Amba. So with that feeling, with no self-hate, with only self-awareness and surrender, we must chant this shloka. I would ideally, because I watched up the chanting, I would ideally like to chant the whole thing together once, so that it will be a practice for all of us. And if I made any mistakes, I've obviously made mistakes, we can correct it. Rachna ji, please.
Ma'am, what is Pravishta?
Having entered into Vipatti. Vipattau Pravishtaha. Saptaniyamasti Vipattau. That means I have come into danger. Entered.
Ma'am,
Tell me.
Guru Padukashram is also similar to this only, no, ma'am?
Yes, yes. They are also
Whatever, whichever we have, unless we surrender to your feet, that doesn't count.
See, there are small, that also is composed by Acharya only. Difference, I tell you. Here, there he says, hey, you have all these things, you have all those things, all good, all well. But hey, if you don't have Guru's Kataksha, what is the use? We'll ask. Okay. There also, you'll be tempted. So the purpose of that is to make you go and get Guru Kataksha, to make you be a good disciple. Here, what is he saying? You're like this. So go fall at the feet. That's the only way you have recourse. That's the only thing that will save you. Go fall at the feet of Amba. So Gatihi Tvam, he is reiterating that again and again. And there, he talks to you. You are the object to whom he is speaking to. In Guru Padaka. Whereas here, he, out of this unbounded compassion, he behaves like you. Whatever dialogues you are supposed to say, he teaches you, because you don't even know how to tell those dialogues properly. So at least Acharya will do the job for you. Kukarmi, kusangi, kubuddhi, kuraya. You don't know all these things. You don't even know to tell these things. So he tells these things because he tells it, you tell it. When you tell it, he hears it. Right? So that is why this is all in first person. That is when he's talking to you. Right? But yeah, the underlying thing is the same. At the end of the day, any kind of vanity, any kind of pride, any kind of sense of doership, I'm giving, I am doing, I'm good, all those things are nothing in comparison to what she is and what we need to do, which is basically surrender at her feet.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Navratri is the best time. When the Rambal Tattvam is very, very strong, this is the time when we should really pray and look for internal contemplation and worship rather than any kind of external bhakti. If we can bring ourselves to sitting quietly for 10-15 minutes in front of our Sannidhanam and then just Sannidhi and just to say Lalita Sahasranamam or chant whichever shloka, Bhavani Ashtakam, anything. 15 minutes if we are able to do, then internally if we are able to do, that is good sadhana for us to do. So let's chant the entire shloka together. And if you have any doubts or anything, stop and ask me. The tune is different. न तातो न माता न बन्धो माता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भृत्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरो पपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत कुसंसार पाश प्रबद्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातः गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी कुकर्मी कुसंगी कुबुद्धि कुदास कुलाचारहीन कदाचारलीन कुदृष्टि कुवाक्य प्रबन्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी रजेशं रमेशं महेशं सुरेशं दिनेशं निशीथेश्वरं वा कदाचित् न जानामि चान्यत् सदाहं शरण्ये गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी विवादे विषादे प्रमादे प्रवासे जले चानले पर्वते शत्रुमध्ये अरण्ये शरण्ये सदा मां प्रपाहि गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी अनाथो दरिद्रो जरारोगयुक्तो महाक्षीणदीन सदा जाड्यवक्त्र विपत्तौ प्रविष्टः प्रनष्ट सदाहं गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी गतिस्त्वं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी। श्रीमत् शंकर भगवत कृतौ भवानी अष्टकं संपूर्णम्।